Yes. Yeah, so just go like that. Come on, jazz hands. Jazz hands, Cody. There we go. Cody's doing jazz hands. Walter's doing jazz hands. There you go. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on because we are live. We are live. This is the Who Moved My Freedom podcast coming to you live from the Hank Strange Media Studios, right? It's podcast number 346. Our special guest, Cody from Walther Arms. And there he goes right there, Cody. And we are going to talk Shoot It, Love It, Buy It that Walther Arms has going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, maybe if you guys don't have a Walther or you already have one, you want to get another one, you want to know what to get, we're going to go through that. We'll talk about the history and stuff like that of Walther Arms. With Walter here from Safety Harbor Firearms. There he goes.
Speaking of history, I got some history.
Boom.
So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, is that a Walther?
Yeah, it's a Walther. It's a Walther Hankster. Yeah. Yes,
okay, that's got to be a really old one. That goes back like probably to the 100 years then.
No, not quite. No. This is a post-war Walther.
Post-war. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. Lots of other things. Welcome to everyone that's out there. Please, smash the thumbs ups. Okay, we need and appreciate those. Share the video if you can. If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe and then ring the bell. You know, we need that. We got to get these numbers pumped up. We have to get more people knowing about the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Let me see. Should I go through real quick and shout out everyone? I'm kind of playing injured today, man. My back is just really killing me. So, but, Richard was #1 in the chat, so I got to at least shout out Richard.
Hughes?
Yeah, Richard Hughes, because if I don't shout him out when he's #1, he'll never let us live it down. So shout out to you, Sir Richard Hughes. You're #1 today. Tomorrow,
who knows?
You'll be #2. Or you'll be doing #2, whatever.
Haywood Jablomi says no thumbs ups unless I get a shout out. So
okay. All right, Haywood
Jablomi.
Shout out to you. Yeah. Hold on. You know what? You guys talk amongst yourselves for 1 second here. I gotta take this call really quick. Sorry about this.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Give me 1 second.
All right. So tell me about the that program. I didn't realize that. Is that good for every Walther?
So it's the PPQ series, and that's our flagship gun is the PPQ. So
okay,
it goes from anywhere from our PPQ 22 line all the way up to the new Q5 match steel frame. So pretty cool program. We're pretty innovative with that new steel frame gun that we dropped in January, and kind of sitting around looking at the market and seeing what everybody's doing, and basically what the competition's doing is just giving away free stuff, dropping the bottom out on their guns, and it's not real great for the market. So we had to be a little bit more innovative with how we were going to try to remove some guns. And we were thinking about what's kind of annoying when we go especially as like a first time gun buyer, or even as a professional, is you roll into a gun store and you're looking at this vast sea of black handguns, right? And
vast sea of black polymer.
Yep, and that's you're talking to the sales guy. He influences you the most, and so he talks you into this gun. You buy it. First thing they tell you though is no returns. Right, all sales are final. They don't take returns on guns. So
yeah, it's not like the old West days where you could just go out in the back and shoot the gun before you could. I guess unless the range has a rental program, right?
Yeah, some of them, but you know how it is. They'll give you 5 rounds, and it's really. You really can't tell a whole lot from that.
Yeah. You got to put at least 100 or maybe 1,000.
Yeah,
through it.
I'm with you on that one. I'm 1,000 rounds.
Do you guys have a round limit on that return policy? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Not at all. So that's the cool part about it. And so we saw that. We're like, hey, we wanted to show people, and we knew I was on the sales side before I became the marketing manager at Walther. And I just worked dealer events, consumer events all across the United States, and every time we put the PPQ in people's hands, it was just like an instant buy. Like they just loved it. Their shots, you could tell down range, they were hitting the target a lot easier. It's just the ergonomics and trigger were so great. So we felt really confident in that product. And it was so new. No one's ever tried this in the gun industry before. And
Okay.
we really want to take our flagship line and put it out there for this. And so for the people that don't know, you can actually go in and buy a PPQ and take it home within 30 days. If you don't like it, you can send it back to us and we issue a full refund for the cost of the gun, tax, and shipping.
Okay. So is that just the PPQ or is that any guns that you guys have in the lineup?
Right now, just the PPQ line.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And
PPQ line. Okay.
PPQ 22 all the way up to the Q5 match steel frame. So everything, and there's a wide variety in there. Now, I mean, it is something we'd like to look into and open it up across the line, but it's something, like I said, it's so new. No one's done anything like this. And,
okay. How many different variations do you guys have in the PPQ?
A lot. I mean, we got subcompacts, 9mm, 40, 45. We have steel frame, polymer frame, 22 long rifle, 5-inch, 4-inch variants. I mean, the optics ready, all kinds of variants. So there's plenty to pick from. And personally, it's my favorite pistol. I mean, I started shooting it competitively even before I started working for Walther, 5 or 6 years ago. So
okay,
it's a great platform.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's cool. Hopefully you have those here so we can go through with people and, and give people some idea of it. But let's go back. I'm sorry about that. There was like actually, I got a call from my local sheriff's department.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Babyface is out at my place shooting, and I guess he's doing a lot of shooting.
Oh, so they were questioning that?
Yeah, so I guess someone called.
Uh-oh.
And they're out there, but we'll get it handled. We'll get it handled.
Yeah.
It wasn't me this time. So yeah, you know what, Cody, let's go back to like if you can, tell us like what your background is, how long you've worked for Walther, etc.
Yeah, definitely. So I've been working for Walther for about 4 years now. My background was not in sales or marketing or anything. I actually have a master's degree in education. I taught agriculture education, ag science in 9th through 12th grade high school for a little while down in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm originally from. And did that for a little while. I went down to San Antonio and started to work for a little gun store down there, and loved it, and it just kind of all of a sudden, I'd been there for 3 years, and wife got a great opportunity to move up near Arkansas and looked, and Walther was there, and I was already shooting Walther competitively.
Oh, okay.
BSA and IDPA, and applied for just a super entry level job there. I was a dealer support rep, and they took me in and put me out on the road. So I covered everything north of Oklahoma, east to west coast. And I traveled around and just visited gun stores and consumer events, range events, did training for Walther, just kind of spread the good word of Walther.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, for about 3.5 years I did that. And then this last August, I kind of gathered up so much experience from the market and what consumers and dealers and the industry was asking for. They kind of took a chance on me and put me in charge of the marketing for the U.S. side. So I took that over in August and kind of hit the ground running. I had a little time to prepare before we were launching some real big products. But kind of during that 3.5 years as a dealer support rep, like I said, I was shooting competitively, and the marketing team at the time ended up putting me on the pro shooting team for Walther. So I shot for the pro team for about close to 3 years also.
Oh, okay.
I took this position since I'm kind of in charge of the shooting team now. I pulled.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're leading the shooting team.
I am. Yep.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, so lots of fun stuff, and I love it. So I love to get out there and get with guys. And I made it a point when I was at a gun store, when I was working at that gun store, I'd always have all these factory people come in. You could just tell instantly, like, they weren't really gun guys. You know. And, I really
that happens sometimes.
It does, and I understand. I mean, some guys are really great sales marketing. And you don't have to be great at it, but I really felt like to connect and make the connections and appeal to the people buying our guns that I myself needed to be a gun guy and a hardcore gun guy. So my weekends off consist of going to the range and shooting, and I travel all over the U.S. and still shoot competitions. So.
Okay, cool. Our friend Mike from MW Tactical.
Yeah. What's up,
you know him, right? He says, I can honestly say I love shooting my Walther Q5 match.
Yeah, I've been watching him a little bit. He's been training up for USPSA and getting out there shooting a lot. So it's good to see people pushing the shooting sports side of it. There's a lot of different aspects within the gun industry, and one of my personal favorites is the shooting sports side of it. So
yeah, I notice my friends that have a Walther, they're usually competitive shooters. So is this one of the favorites with competitive shooters? What's the?
Yeah, we've grown a lot in that market. It really, like, when we looked at it, so we make a lot. Not only do we make like defense guns, PPQ, PPK, and all that, but we make Olympic style air guns and rimfire guns also. I mean, we've won gold medals at the Olympics, so not very many other gun companies out there can say that they've won gold medals and then can defend your house also. So we were already in that market a little bit, and we looked at it, and we built this shooting team. And it was kind of right at this time when the rest of the industry was kind of cutting theirs out. And so we were able to, we released the Q5 Match, which was a polymer frame version of the PPQ series, 5-inch barrel. And it was really cool looking for its time. It came out 2 years ago and had all the slide cuts from the factory. I have it right here, so you can see.
Yeah, please feel free to throw up some guns anytime.
The blue trigger, great ergonomics, optics ready, LPA sights. It really stood out on the shelf, and then competitive shooters really took kind to it. I mean, our triggers, we're known for the PPQ trigger being probably the best striker fire trigger on the market. And then with that, we released a contingency program for USPSA and IDPA shooters, where if you go out to any of the matches that we have listed on our website, and you win first or second place in your class, so whether you're a C-class shooter all the way up to a grandmaster, we'll pay you anywhere from $250 up to about $3,000 per match. So it allowed people to actually go out there and actually make a little bit of money shooting Walthers. So all you had to do, you didn't have to, buy a jersey or do any of this. You just basically shot a Walther and win your class, and we paid you cash money.
Oh, okay. You guys still have that program?
Yeah, it's still going on. Or we have about $500,000 set aside up for grabs. So
wow.
You can tour around.
You're in the wrong business.
Yeah, right. You can win some money if you start traveling around a little bit. And that's what we wanted people to do. And when you started going to these matches, and I know when I first got started, you'd go to a match and there'd be all kinds of prizes and things to win. And as the market for the gun industry kind of went down a little bit, that's the first thing normally companies cut or things like that. So we really wanted to show that support back into the shooting sports side of it. So.
Yeah. Now, Kathleen, music lover, and you guys out there, please feel free to give us questions. We'll talk about this. I don't know if there's a ton of new stuff going on, but I think this is probably a good opportunity. Whenever we have folks come on from a company for the first time, like Cody's doing here for Walther, we try to get into history and all that kind of stuff. So, but if you guys have questions, let us know. We'll answer those, even if it's not necessarily about Walther. Kathleen, music lover, says they need to sell optic ready slides.
Yes, so we're actually coming out with a full performance accessory line, which consists of like magwells, base pads, all this. So we've been in some discussions to figure out how to just sell the slide, and it's kind of difficult because like the entire cost of the gun is basically in the slide.
Okay. Yeah.
Out there, you don't want to put a gun out there and it be $100 cheaper than the entire gun because no one's going to buy it at that point. So we're working to try to get that kind of just priced right, and that way you can actually buy it. But that is something that we're really pushing for this year with myself and the new staff at Walther is making Walther PPQ series a platform. People like to tinker with their stuff and try out new things and swap slides. And I mean, I can show you some of my stuff. I do the same things. I mean, it's a cool thing to be able to do. So,
okay, cool. Ghost Tactical says, "What's up to you?" By the way,
what's up, Ghost?
Let's see. Richard Hughes says, "Can I still get a PPS M1? I like that for a lefty pocket carry."
Man, we don't make them anymore because the PPS M2 took that over, but there are still a few out there lingering around at shops.
Who took that over?
The PPS M2. So that was just the newest rendition of it. And it basically went away from the paddle magazine release, which a lot of lefties loved. And I went into the button magazine release for the American market. And it kills me because I'm a paddle magazine release guy too. But just total sales wise, it was just a fraction of what we would sell with buttons. It drove me crazy because I'd be at like events and I would show people like why a paddle was better and go into this big explanation. They'd be like, all right, that's cool. I'll take the button.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys dropped it because it just wasn't that popular, or?
Yeah, basically. So the PPS M1 was actually one of the first single stack polymer frame 9mm to hit the market. So well before the Shield or 43 or any of them other guys. Walther's always been an innovator, you know, and we got our start making concealed carry guns, you know, 150 years ago. So that was just a line that we saw that needed, and we released it. And the only problem was when that gun released, it had like an MSRP of like $700. It was a Walther high end. And,
oh, that long ago?
Yeah, I mean, it was back in 20. Man, I hate to be lying here, but I believe it was like 2010 or 2009.
Oh, okay, that's not okay.
So, I mean, but it did well for us, but with the evolution of what we were hearing from the American market and putting more focus into the U.S. sales side of it, because that's where the majority of handguns are sold. We had to listen to a little bit of what they were wanting, and that's why we came out with the PPS M2, which is just updated ergonomics and button magazine release and a few other little features that kind of pushed it up a little higher. And then we actually were able to get the cost down a little bit on that too. So now the gun MSRP is around $469, and you can find some good deals on them too. So.
Okay, cool. So, there's a bunch of things coming in. What I usually like to ask companies when they come on nowadays is where they stand on the Second Amendment. Yeah. So I'm going to, pose that question to you. Where do you guys stand on the Second Amendment? Hopefully you're for it. But more than that, I'd like to know what you guys actually do to help forward the Second Amendment.
Yeah, that's definitely a cool thing from our side of it too, because we are a German company. Our CEO's out of Germany, but our entire staff here in the United States, which we have about 110 employees at the Fort Smith, Arkansas plant, and we're all pretty hardcore gun people, and so we try to do our best to support the Second Amendment as much as possible. So we went out, we signed Gabby Franco, who's a very big promoter of the Second Amendment with NSSF. With our attendance at NSS, the SHOT Show and NRA show and things like that, that does really well. We also sponsor Louder with Crowder.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. When I watched Louder with Crowder, I was actually surprised to see that. I think that's good stuff, man. He's got the gun company getting behind him and all that, so that's good. Okay.
We definitely realize, and you'll see a lot of companies, they're going to push the gun industry things, right? And you're going to see them advertising the gun magazines and stuff like that, and you have to do that. But I do think we need to get outside the box a little bit and push those boundaries of our voice, because we're a little bit quiet about what we feel, right? We get kind of outperformed by the liberals out there that scream really loud. So we got to do our part too, and I thought Crowder does a great job. You guys do a great job also, and we're there to try to support as much as possible. We are a smaller company; we're not as big as a lot of our competitors, and people think of us as a really large company because we're so old and we've been around for so long. But I mean, really, when you look at Walther USA, the sales and marketing wing is probably less than 15 people total. So I mean, we're working off a very kind of short staff there, and just trying to do as much as possible, be innovative with how we support things and push the boundary and be an example for the industry.
Okay. You know what the thing is, I know I was pleasantly surprised to see you guys sponsoring Crowder. Can you tell us how that came about, how that happened?
Pretty funny story, actually. So I think it was last year sometime, he posted a picture. He had one of our competitors' guns. I won't call them out too much, but and it was broke. And he was like calling them out, like, "Hey man, my gun broke." And so we just commented on there and was like, "Hey man, we know a guy at Walther, from the Walther page," and we just kind of got in contact with him, and we talked to him and got him into a PPQ, and he was a huge PPK fan. He had loved Walther, and Steven's dad, Darren, loved Walther, and the whole kind of crew did. And so we kind of fell in with them and just started, doing some support. And then we kind of went back and forth, and we signed a deal with them to actually sponsor the show. And you can kind of see some of the the different ways. I told him, I was like, we don't want at Walther just you know, reading through some lines and then going about your business. Like, we want to be part of the team there, and they've been so great about that. You know, their studios are pops up and protected by Walther, and they're really fans of the brand and the industry. Also, they enjoy to shoot, so it was a good move for both of us, and we stay in contact. We talk every week. And, the great group of guys.
Okay. Yeah. It's good. I think it's good to see someone like Crowder, you know, obviously he's a conservative. I think he considers himself a comedian, but he's out there, and a lot of us like what he has to say, you know, but you don't usually see guys like that actually showing guns, talking about guns and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good. And it's good to see the industry get behind it. Walter, if there's anything that you want to ask here, feel free to jump in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just absorbing right now.
You're absorbing. Okay, good. Yeah. So, you know, we should probably go back a little bit on the history. I'm guessing you weren't here 100 years ago.
No.
So what's the history with Walther here in America?
Yeah. So it's a weird deal here. I mean, you know, Walther's over 130 years old, and but I always tell people, if you look at them, you look at the influence of America and the concealed carry and the pushes, that Walther started a lot of that with their Model 1, and they invented the first blowback semi-automatic gun with the Model 1. At the same time, John Browning was making his Browning lock breech. So that was a big step forward, but we really didn't hit the mark till the PP series, the police pistol series came out, which is the PPK, which is a very, very well known in pop culture for being the James Bond gun.
Right. Yeah, definitely want to get into that a little bit.
Yeah. The innovations there with being the first gun with a single action, double action capabilities with a decocker. So we've always pushed towards civilian carry. And the guns were always really designed towards being able to carry in normal clothes and things like that. You didn't really see Walther get into military style weapons until, you know, World War I, World War II, when they started building those with the P-38s and things. But when you look at them in the U.S., I always tell people we act like here at Walther Arms USA, like we're a 130-year-old starting off company, because for the longest time in the U.S., we had different importers. So we didn't actually have facilities here in the U.S., a Walther team pushing Walther. We had importers that were left to do the jobs for sales and marketing. And they, you know, Inner Arms,
yeah.
Those guys, and they all did their part in our growth and things. But if you look at, you know, with the polymer frame, with it taking flight, you know, in the 80s and 90s and stuff, that was when Walther didn't have a big time sales and marketing team here. So we fell a little behind there. So we've been pushing it a lot now. But now that we have U.S. facilities, it's been going very well. But you kind of look at throughout time, through even just the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, of some of the guns that we've pushed out and really changed the industry. And they're really simple guns that people kind of take advantage for, like the P-22. Walter, you were saying you have those.
I have one.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first polymer frame, tactical style semi-auto 22 to come out, and at a relative price point at the time, semi-auto 22s were pretty expensive. This gun came out, and we said something.
Is that it right there? Oh, yeah. Boom! There you go, Walter. Put it a little closer to the camera.
And the very best part,
it's ready. Yes, suppressor.
Yeah,
suppressor ready.
Yep,
that's cool.
Yeah, so I mean that gun, I mean, it's been imitated by a lot now. It's a big market. It's those polymer frame 22s.
So this was out before, I'm guessing, before Smith & Wesson did an M&P 22, and a whole bunch of people got into that game.
So, and we still do a lot of rim fire. So back in the 1994 or so, we were acquired by a group called the PW Group, and they own Umarex USA, Umarex air rifles.
Okay.
Air guns. And so they're the largest air gun manufacturer in the world. They basically make everybody's air guns, Ruger, all HK, all those guys. And they do a lot of work with rim fire stuff too. So they've done a lot of cool stuff in the industry also. So when they acquired us, that's when you saw the push into the modern era stuff with Walther, and that's when you saw the creation of the P99 and the PPS and a PPQ and all that series. So it's been
okay. So when exactly did they decide to get an American branch?
So 2012 is when we got our American branch, and so Umarex already had facilities in Fort Smith and very large facilities. So we actually added on, and we share a building with Umarex in Fort Smith.
Okay.
So, yeah, so shipping, receiving, accounting, stuff like that is shared between the two companies. But sales and marketing departments are completely separate. But it was a great addition. They gave us good land. It's a great area. I'm from the country, and Fort Smith's a pretty small town. Very, very pro 2A, very conservative. It's a great place to be. Lots of good gun range, just easy to go shoot. But yeah, so 2012 that built up, and at the time for the first year, I think there was only 2 employees that ran all of sales and marketing for Walther. So we didn't get a full in-house marketing team until about 2015 or so.
Okay. So do you think that because if you guys started doing this in 2012, when did the Fire Armageddon happen, Walter? Like 2013?
Which did what now?
The Fire Armageddon, where
oh yeah
where everyone was afraid of losing their guns. What was that, Walter? Like 2013 ish?
Yeah, 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about after Sandy Hook.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
I never called it Armageddon. I called it cash. The cash flow increased.
Yeah, the golden era for you, Walter.
Yes,
it was a crazy time. I remember just not having any guns on the shelf, being at Walther, walking back there, and we would get shipments of guns in from Germany, and they would get to the dock and turn around and get shipped right back out.
Yep.
Crazy time,
Yeah, that must have been really interesting. And now, how does it really look? Because from what we see numbers wise, they say that there's obviously a decline in sales, but sales are still in that all-time high range. Are you guys seeing lots of guns sitting on the shelves now? Is that what's going on with the shoot it, love it, buy it program? What's up now?
Yeah, the market is tough. I mean, it has been for the last couple of years. It's not so much. I mean, everybody ramped up so much for production.
Oh yeah. They ramped up for Hillary.
Yeah, and luckily, like I said, we're not that big of a company, so we're not struggling with those kind of problems right now. But you're seeing that out in the marketplace, and that's why I was talking earlier. Like, you're seeing a lot of companies kind of drop the bottom out of their guns, getting some sales going. A lot of dealers are struggling a little bit. So, and that was my job for a while, was just going around and helping and showing guys like basically how to sell again. I mean, for 8 years, they basically just people walked in, grabbed what they wanted, and left. They didn't really have to sell a gun anymore.
Right. Well, like I said, a lot of people in the gun business were not in the gun business, but when it was normal.
Yeah, exactly. And,
they got in the business to become a millionaire, and then when that didn't happen, they're like, "Well, what am I supposed to do?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, and that's it. It really, for a brand like us, it gives us time to catch up, and prove ourselves and show the industry what we can do. Because at a time where it's just like you can't make enough, like everyone's been doing that, you really can't gain any ground on the competitors. So now's the time when you're seeing like Walther start hammering out all the innovations and with our products and our programs and trying to get back to us being the performance leader within the industry.
Okay, cool. So, and then are these guns still being designed in Germany, or is there someone over here designing it? How do you guys approach that whole thing?
Yeah, so we have R&D and engineering here in the United States. So we actually just started producing the PPK, PPKS here in the States. So they're actually being manufactured here in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Okay.
We have plans to build that up and grow this facility here in Fort Smith more and more. But right now, the majority of everything you see outside PPK, PPKS is made in Germany. So we have 2 plants over there, one in Ulm, Germany, which is southern Bavaria, and then we have one in Arnsberg, which is kind of northern Germany.
Okay.
And Ulm.
Okay.
Go ahead, Walt. Go ahead.
I thought of something.
Yeah.
TP22. Any chance?
The TPH?
TPH, yeah. TPH, yeah.
We've been pushing for that.
I used to have one.
Yeah, they're freaking awesome. And now with our facilities in the U.S., that's what we're really excited about, is what we can start exploring to do and what we can do. So
yeah. So what is the TPH? Break it down for those of us who don't know.
Very, very similar to kind of a smaller PPK steel frame 22. Very popular, just very elegant gun. When you looked at it, it kind of resembled those Walther lines of the PPK, PP series, and things like that. It's a beautiful gun. Very high.
It's a pocket gun too. You can put it in your pocket too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you guys right now in the lineup, how many 22s do you have?
Let's see. We have a lot of different variants of the P22. So 4-inch, 5-inch, color choices, threaded barrel, all that stuff. We have the PPKS 22, which is kind of a replica of the 380 version in 22. And then we have the PPQ 22 also, which fits into our PPQ lineup.
Okay, cool. I've got a 22 here that I got. It's a Walther 22, but I got it from Walther. So I gotta pop that open.
Yeah, let's see this thing.
I'm gonna pop this open so you can see it. It's kind of like a pocket pistol type of deal. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit like that, Walter. Right. So here we go. Boom.
Oh, nice. I've not seen one of those in a while. It was such a cool gun too.
Yeah. So I actually got this from Walter. This is the bullpup. What is it called? It's the
G22, I think.
The G22. The G22. Yeah.
That's cool.
Very interesting. It even has like I'm guessing. Okay, so this is the magazine back here, right? The magazine is back here. This part of it, and then it has like an extra magazine that you could put also
in the stock.
Yeah. So
pretty cool gun.
Yeah. Very interesting. I mean, it's not threaded, but I think
no.
Yeah.
I know that was my plan originally for it. I was going to thread it and put a can on it, and then when I first got it, I couldn't get anything to shoot out of it right. The ammo it was ammo particular. I thought.
Really?
So it just sat for the longest time, and then when I met Hank, he's like a bullpup nut.
Yes, gotta have the bullpups.
Oh man!
So I said, you know what? Here you go. You can play with it. So he brings it out. We go to shoot it. Can't make it not work.
Yeah. That's like the opposite of what usually happens with me, Walter.
Yeah, so the force was with you, Hank Strange.
That's awesome.
I did the opposite mojo. So do you guys have a bunch of these out there or
No.
We do not. I have not in the years I've been at Walther. That's probably about the second one I've actually seen.
Oh, really? Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that was probably bought early 2000s.
So.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are never planning on doing this ever again?
Probably not.
No.
Right now, but
yeah, it's cool. I mean, I love bullpup stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm assuming you guys don't do a lot of rifles, right?
Not right now. I mean, we used to, back in the day, like the WA-2000, bullpup, 300 mags, and
okay.
Some of the different kind of assault rifles through World War II and stuff. But now
so there were other bullpups that you guys did other than this 22?
Yeah, really? Look, back in the day, the WA-2000, it was a very expensive 300 Win Mag bolt gun, bullpup.
Really? Oh, interesting. Yeah. Have you ever seen that, Walter?
I think I have a recollection of it slightly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Usually see them in museums. They're about $70,000 if you find one nowadays. Oh,
wow. Yeah. Okay. What is this valued at? Like, can I get 70? 70,000. I'm just okay. I'll take half of 70,000.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll take 35. I'll take 35 grand if anyone wants
to. All right. You hear that, everybody?
Yeah.
It's gonna be up for auction.
It's gonna get there. It's gonna get there one of these days. Yeah. That's really cool. So that's my Walter experience so far.
Yeah.
Thanks to Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's
Are you missing it now, Walter?
Surprisingly enough, not.
Okay. Okay, fine. I'm gonna do a video on that for everyone.
I have a couple other guns.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have any other bullpups that you don't want?
No, not that I don't want. You're not getting the you're not getting the Microtech.
Oh, okay.
The Steyr, copy.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, or the arm gun, for example.
Oh yeah, I don't even think I don't even think of that as a bullpup, but yeah, I guess that is a bullpup. Yeah.
No, that's cool. You guys should definitely do more bullpups, Cody.
Yeah, we want to get out there. We always try to be innovative. We don't want to copy and just come out with another gun for the sake of coming out with a gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but we do. Yeah. It'll be cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna go. Go ahead.
So what is entry level in the Walther line than a 9mm? What would you call entry level?
Oh man, you know, outside 22, like a 9mm. We don't really do a whole lot of like entry. I would say PPQ M2, just the standard 4-inch. So,
just a basic, basic.
Yeah, for a 15-round mag capacity. I mean, it's literally what I carry every day. Great for conceal, great for at the range. I've literally shot, you know, IEPA competitions with it. Great gun, and you can find those for pretty good deals. I've seen them, you know, up on some websites and things like that for $500, you know, $550. So,
okay.
Great gun, and all of our guns come with a lifetime warranty, so that makes it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Including the G22.
Yep, anything made past 1994. So
that would be that. That would be included.
Yeah. What happened to the pre-1994 stuff?
Too bad, so sad.
Yeah, we still take care of them. It's just fun getting the parts and things like that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I found out about, not with Walther, but with Taurus one time. They had a lifetime warranty too, right? So I pick up. Yeah, you're laughing. I get this Taurus revolver, and I'm like, this thing don't work right. So I get a hold of them. They go, nope, too old, too bad.
So sad.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, great.
So, pretty cool thing. We actually have a 48-hour turnaround on most of our repairs that come in. 99% of the stuff that comes in, we're tracking right now is a 48-hour turnaround on repair.
Cool. Yeah, that's important.
Get it in and get about back to you.
Yeah. Let me hit a couple of questions here. Tyven Show wants to know: does Walther have a 22 Win Mag pistol?
22 Win? No, we do not. So right now, just the long rifle.
Okay, just long rifle. Okay, so there you go.
Okay, there's a question about Dan hates you. Is that how you say that?
Dan hates you, probably. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, what about the Walther Creed? You answered that question for me a little while ago.
Yeah. So we came out the Walther Creed, and we ended up discontinuing it last year. Still covered under the warranty if you find them out there. But
what's the Creed?
It was a budget-friendly gun, so it was MSRP right around like $399 or something like that.
I've seen them for from like CDNN for $249.
Yeah, you can get them for pretty cheap. So,
okay.
Great gun. I mean, it was. I will tell you, like, innovation-wise, we figured out like better ways, because most of the cost of the gun is in the machining of the slide, and we found a way to be able to machine the slide out very easily, and use a fire control module on the inside of that slide. And it was kind of developed in the PPX era, which was the predecessor to the Creed, and significantly drives the cost of the gun down, but you still maintain like reliability and a great trigger and all of this. And it was a pre-cock double action, similar like the AK triggers and things like that. It was a great gun for a great price, but we just found out like people buying Walthers that, you know, they would pick up the Creed and they would pick up the PPQ, and then they would end up just paying the extra money to get the PPQ series. So we ended up discontinuing it and just pushing the PPQ.
Okay. By the way, folks, if you're looking for one, CDNN still has them.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So I might get me one. We've had a couple of them transferred through the shop for different customers. Actually, a friend of mine bought one, and I've looked at it and handled it. It looks. It's nothing wrong with it. It's you know.
We're known for our grip and trigger, and that's what we wanted to do was give people a budget gun that was way better than anything else at its price range, because you had the PPQ ergonomics, a great trigger, you had front and rear side serration, steel sights, lifetime warranty, you had the Walther accuracy, 2 magazines. You know, you had a lot.
I would put one in the library just because it's discontinued.
Yeah,
and then it has a lifetime warranty on it.
I mean, you're gonna get taken care of, so that's the nice part.
Yeah, I'll have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So let me ask this. Tyven Show also asked this question earlier, and I didn't get to it. He wants to know if you guys have a price discount. Is there any deals out there for police or military?
Yes, we do. So if you visit WaltherArms.com, if you email in and just ask for that pricing, we'll get it out to you. So we do have an individual officer program, IOP pricing, for the law enforcement military guys. So.
Okay, cool. Yannick Stoner wants to know if I've heard any news on the Keltec M43 rifle. He hasn't seen anything on it lately. That's the wood one, Walter.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Walt.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. I know that gun is very expensive compared to the RDB. for Kel-Tec to make because of all the wood and everything on there. So I don't know if we're ever going to see those. So I think the only ones I've ever seen are the prototype ones that Kel-Tec has.
They had them at SHOT Show last year, not this year, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think they put that out there anymore. I think
because they don't want to be bugged about it. That's why. Yeah,
because it's probably gonna be really expensive to do the wood and stuff like that. So maybe someone will do a kit, and then you can buy an RDB, get an aftermarket kit or something. I know why everyone wants to see those, because I think they're just really, really cool. But
yeah, there's so much plastic out in the world. It's nice to see some steel, and wood. Yeah.
Let's see. Here's another. Dr. F wants to know: is Walther USA now separated from Smith & Wesson? Were you guys ever married to Smith & Wesson?
So they did the importing for Walther after Arms went out of business.
Oh, okay.
So they handled sales and marketing and the importing of Walther for a while. In 2012 is when that relationship stopped because we built our own facilities and hired our own crew here in the United States. Yep, that stopped.
Okay. Here's another one from Tyven Show. Okay, that just went by that just jumped on me. Let me see if I can find it. By the way, Gun Doctor TV gave us a couple of bucks. He says Walther manufactures the S&W M&P 22, I believe. Is that true?
I believe we did for a little while. I'm not too sure on the. We like I said, Boomerex, that facility up in Armsburg, they make a lot of different guns for people up there.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to go to some. Where's that? Okay, here we go. Let me find this question from. Okay, that was the 22 mag thing again. Okay. Will you offer a non-coated handgun so I could polish it or gold plate it? This is Tyven. Tyven's going to come up. Tyven sits and thinks up of the most ridiculous questions.
Probably not any uncoated because we do use carbon steel, very hard steel.
Right. Okay.
But you can bead blast it off if you want to bead blast that tinted for finishing off. You do it.
Yeah.
We actually did some chrome and gold plating Q5 match steel frames for SHOT Show that were really cool.
All I know is I was by the Walther booth at SHOT, and I couldn't really get near the steel frame gun because there were so many people looking at it.
It was been crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't get back by to try to sneak in, but yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it so? Tell me, both of you. This is to both of you guys out there. I'll start with Walter here. Why do you think the steel frame is so popular?
Well, because a lot of people have never touched one. Steel frame. Well, I'm just, it's different. It's a target gun. There's been a lot of good talk about it. So.
Oh, okay. So that's like the
buzz,
Yeah, that's like the holy grail for competition pistols, you're saying?
Well, if you think about it, steel's going to be more sturdy than the polymer is. And I would think that would be better.
Yeah. So tell us why, Cody. Do you agree with what Walter's saying here, or?
Yeah, to an extent. And when we came out with the gun, like I said, we took our PDQ series and we wanted to add more performance to it, whether it be for competition or for duty or whatever the heck you were using it for. Steel frame guns in the United States, as Americans have a soft spot for steel frame guns in 1911, right?
True.
Yeah, people just forgotten that.
Steel frame guns? I got a soft spot for one too. Yeah.
What is this, Walter? Hold on. What is
this? Walther P. This is a 1944 Walther P38. 1940. This is steel frame, and the other one I have here is actually aluminum frame, but metal nevertheless. Yeah. So.
Okay. Why is the other one still in the holster?
Oh, because boom, out of the holster. Yeah. So there you go.
Because you don't want us to lay eyes on it. Okay. This has a different grip.
Well, it's plastic. Or whatever material that is. The other one had like a Bakelite style grip.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, kind of a reddish color, and this one's got a black plastic one.
Classic World War II.
Yeah, this one here. Yeah, this one here was probably a Russian capture in it because it was all refinished and it's all nice and shiny. This one here is a post-war gun. I think it says 1259 on the slide for the date, but. The police use these over there in Germany. That's what they use, and they were military too. But a lot of them were police guns too. So.
Oh, okay. So are those collectible, Walter?
Yes, and yes. Yes, they are.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the P38 really changed World War II for the Germans. When you look at
And it has all the modern features and then some. You know, it's double action, single action, got a decocker, really easy to break down. It's a modern firearm. It's not like some of the like a Luger, which is kind of
So the Luger, the big thing with the Luger was all the parts were basically hand fit and you couldn't change them. And so when the German military, they were looking for a new gun, they wanted the same similarities of the Luger. That's why you see that gun look very similar to the Luger, because they wanted it to be able to transition into their soldiers and not have a whole lot of training. So you see the takedown lever in the same spot, but they wanted to be able to produce these at a lot cheaper cost. So parts interchangeable. Then plus they wanted all the features of what Walther offered with the double action, single action, which we were the only company doing stuff like that at the time.
But being German, it was simplified, but it still wasn't cheap. Simplified.
No, I mean, Germans, they know how to.
They can't do that. They cannot do that.
Not in their blood, man.
It's not in the genetics.
Simplify and improve.
Yeah. Even their last ditch guns were not that last ditch.
Yeah.
So, really, they had stamping on the last ditch guns that the Americans didn't know how to do until after the war. So
yeah, it was a really cool gun. So it was really cool to see us get back to really what our roots were, and where we got started with the new steel frame PPQ series. So, but yeah, it's been big. Everybody, it just seemed like the market had been wanting that, and so when we released it, everyone had this like aha moment, and you know, it was like finally, because we wanted it to be able to be compatible, so it uses the same magazines, a lot of the same parts and things like that with the polymer frame series. So it's still a platform with the PPQ series.
Okay, is that out now?
Yes, it is. So we started, and we've tried to do better about this over the last couple of years. As whenever we release a product, so we launched it on January 1, we were shipping guns on January 1 also.
Okay.
So guns have been getting out there and getting in the hands. Now they've been selling crazy fast. Dealers didn't know, they were a little skeptical of it because it was a $1,500 MSRP gun. Walther, and they were like, man, I don't know, it's expensive.
Yeah, that's always where people go, I'm never gonna spend that much money.
Yeah. Well, we find out that people are spending that money. We watched one on Gunbroker go for $2,700 the other day.
Wow.
People
holy moly,
MSRP for them. So I mean, they're hard to get right now. They're new, they're hot. So you'll see that come down.
Do you have one there?
I do have one.
Yeah. Well, don't be selfish. You know,
don't be shy.
Yeah, hold it up in front of the camera so the rest of us can take a gander.
So let's see, probably follower magazine, but so this is the steel frame. So notice we had 20.
And so this is made in Germany, I think, right?
Yep, made in Germany. Let's see.
Yes, I saw the DE somewhere on there.
Yep, you can see Walther.
Oh, at home.
Yeah, you'll see our proof marks on the side of the gun there. And then the BI proof mark. So that's the little antler with the cross on the back is the Ulm proof house. And so it's not specific to Walther. You'll see HKs and high-end German rifles, things like that all have that proof mark. So.
Okay. Yeah. So let's get some. So what is the awesomeness about this? What are the trademarks of Walther that are included on this gun?
So the big thing, and I always tell you, the ergonomics, we're really known for ergonomics. And you go back to the P99 era when we were the first company to make interchangeable back straps on a polymer frame gun. We wanted to be able, and it kind of comes from our Olympic shooting background, is the ergonomics have to be perfect, and grip is really key when you start pushing the boundaries of your shooting limits. So when you start trying to add speed and accuracy.
So you're saying you guys did the interchangeable back straps before Glock, huh?
Way before that. Yeah. We try to stay ahead of the curve there, but
So let's get a look at it. Go ahead, hold it up.
Yeah, do that there. So we incorporated those same ergonomics into this, and we did a wraparound interchangeable grip panel on this gun that has really good texture on it. So really great ergonomics. But the really cool thing about this series is, you notice the slide release and the magazine release, I don't have to break my grip to reach. And so whenever we start pushing those boundaries of speed for reloads in between targets and operating and running the gun, we want to make it as efficient as possible to cut time down and think of things like that. So most of the time you have to turn this gun in your hand to access the magazine release.
Yeah.
Release, okay. So we can maintain that tight grip. That way, when we reload, get back on target, there's no movement of the gun in your grip, so you can get back out there and get this gun firing at your target pretty quickly. So ergonomics are key. And you notice we did this really kind of pronounced beaver tail off the back of it, which our polymer frame series, if you look at here, does not have. What this allowed us to do is it comes out of the holster really fast. Also allows us to get a super high grip on this gun, and when that gun recoils, it gives us a really good recoil impulse. So ergonomics great, but the trigger is what we're known for. And the cool thing, though, you buy this $1,500 gun or you buy this $500 standard M2 PPQ, you get basically the same trigger. This one's blue, it's dressed up a little bit, but at its heart, it's the quick defense trigger. And what it is a two-stage trigger. So you'll have this first bit of play as you pull back there, and then a nice wall. So once you hit that wall, you never really have to leave it. You have a super crisp break, and then the reset, it's only 1/10 of an inch. So very, very
okay. So that's what you, so the folks that are out there buying the Walthers, is that why they're doing it, the trigger? They don't really have to do a trigger upgrade?
Yeah, and that's how everybody grabs it, because a lot of the other trigger upgrades for other striker fired guns. And when you look at when the PPQ series came out in 2012, striker fired guns were known to have terrible triggers. So we were able to kind of innovate that and push the boundaries of what a striker fired trigger can be with the quick defense trigger. But other than that, 43-ounce gun, very, very, the weight's going to absorb a lot of recoil. So split times when you're firing in between shots is going to decrease because you're less muzzle flip, basically. And that's why you're going to see most competitive shooters running steel frame guns. But we've got a lot of buzz from a lot of different kind of pro, like tactical, law enforcement, military guys that are really wanting to get their hands on this, just because they know performance matters. And if you can stand carrying a little extra weight, you're going to get that added performance out of a steel frame.
Okay, cool. So if you're a competitive shooter and you buy something like that, what do you have to do?
That's the nice thing about it. Basically nothing.
Okay.
That's the cool thing about the Q5, because it comes with good sights. Most people gut the sights, replace them. This comes with fully adjustable LPA branded, actual LPA, not some manufacturer's knockoff version of them. They're actually LPA branded front and rear sights. The red fiber optic on the front, blacked out rear. Great sights. I mean, those sights are probably $175 if you bought them brand new, just for your normal gun. Already has a great trigger. Already has an oversized magazine release button, extended slide release. It's ambidextrous for left or right-handed shooters. It's got the beaver tail, pretty aggressive grip. Some people might make it a little bit more aggressive. That's always pretty subjective to each shooter. I like mine very, very aggressive. So, so it really comes out of the box. You just buy your holster, and it comes with 3 mags, so you might need 1 or 2 extra mags if you're shooting production division or something like that. But
can you mount a red dot on that, or?
Yeah. So it's actually optics ready, so you can actually remove this little plate, the little screw.
Okay.
Pull that off, and then we have different. It comes with 3 different plates to mount whatever dot you want.
Okay. Yeah. Because isn't that what usually, like, I know you're saying the price point's $1,500, but I think other guns out there, when folks buy them to do competition, they wind up doing all, so whatever that gun costs, I don't know, I can't remember the last time, what's a Glock 34 go for? I don't know, 7, something like that. And then you add on all these upgrades.
Yep. But people like to, those guys who like to sneak those gun parts through there, so it's not a big lump sum, so you don't get in trouble at the house, right? So.
Right. Yeah.
But the pretty cool thing, though, is if you can't give up the $1,500 for that gun, you can get the polymer frame version of it, which is the same slide, same trigger, sights, everything other than just the weight of the frame. You can get this gun for around $800.
Oh, okay. So if you go polymer, you can save about $600-700.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good to know.
I think we can only make about, on a machine, make 7 frames a day. So it's a very labor intensive gun, because we actually machine it from a solid block and build it. which most guns are cast, so it eliminates a lot of that out. But what it does, it takes away versatility in what you're able to do. So this is just the beginning for the steel frame series. We plan on expanding that into duty-ready ones and an entire line of itself. So from a solid billet, like if we want to take the beaver tail off for the next series, we can take that off for a tactical series, so you can get your Safari Land hood over the top of it. So it gives us a lot of versatility without having to invest in it.
Okay, let me hit a couple more questions here. Len Holt, this is a comment. Len Holt says, bring it back in a 9mm, match the magazines with the pistol line. He's saying a Walther PCC.
Oh, PCC? Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome. So we've been pushing for that. We want that, but like I said before, we don't like to just come out with things that copy other people. When we come out with things, we want to be an innovator. So if we do come out with PCC, I can guarantee you it'll be different.
Okay. Eric Hammond says he just applied at Walther.
Oh, really? Nice.
So
I'll keep a lookout for the resume.
Yeah. Express that resume through.
All right.
Gibson Fender says PPX. Armament and Axis says you need to do a bullpup and call it the Hank. I'm cool with that.
All right, that's cool.
I'm still voting for the TPH. Sorry. TPH and stainless steel, like I used to have, and a threaded barrel. Boom.
There we go.
Kathleen Music Lover says she has the 2016 PPQ M2.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Gibson Fender is saying something about the turnaround. I'm just trying to go through the questions here so I can get people.
About Hudson?
Yeah, the Hudson turnaround.
48 days or something, or 48-month turnaround at Hudson.
Yeah, listen, Hudson's a completely different company. Yeah. I know some people are going to get at them right now, whatever, but
they try to be innovative, so
it's tough to make it, Walter. It's tough to make it in the gun business 10 years, much less 100.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think you've already done like 10. You've done more than 10 years, right?
Well, we started making. Well, let's say here, the uppers we started making in 2003. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you've done more than 10, right? You've done at least 14 or something.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
believe it or not, I started Sten parts in '99. This is 20 years this year.
Yeah.
I have another company. I sell Sten barrels and replacement parts for different machine guns and stuff like that. So it's a 20th anniversary.
Yeah, we're gonna have to celebrate.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
I think we have to build a special Hank Strange Sten gun.
Sten gun, that could be done. That's not hard to do.
Yeah. I think we need to do that.
One that you can grab the magazine and it still works.
Yeah, something you can hold on to. Maybe something with sights, Walter.
Oh, you don't need no sights on the machine gun.
Yes, we do.
Point shoot, you'll be all right.
What I'm talking about is when I like reassemble a parts kit and make a post sample. A lot of times I don't bother putting the front sight on because it's kind of a pain in the butt. So I just leave it off, and after our first couple rounds, you know where you're hitting.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. You're not shooting matches in it or anything.
Just use tracers, I guess, right?
Get me some. Get us some.
Yeah. Let's see. Christian Gress says he shot a Creed and it was pretty decent.
That's cool.
Yeah. And Len Holt says his PPS is nice carry and it's a tack driver. A lot of them are going in the used market in the low 3s.
Yeah, you can get them. And that's a pretty cool thing. If you actually like steel frame guns, that PPS M2 series, it's actually got a full steel internal chassis. It's just basically wrapped in polymer, but you have full length steel locking rails on the inside of that thing. So you get all the benefits of kind of a steel frame gun based out of that. So.
Okay, cool. And Dan Hates You says something about Gun Prime 260 the last time. I don't know if he's talking about anything from Walther or not, but
might be talking about the Creed, maybe.
Yeah, but Gun Prime does have a lot of Walther stuff, right?
They do.
Yeah, so that's how we found out about the whole shoot it, love it, buy it thing. By the way.
Oh, you heard it. Yeah, that's that's for everybody. If you don't like it, just send it back, get your money back.
Yeah, we'll get deep into that conversation here in a second. I'm trying to Armory Access says knock Taurus all you want. I've had great luck with them, including killing a deer at 75 yards with open sights.
No, I mean
were we knocking Taurus?
No, I wasn't. That was just this Taurus that I bought was Taurus before the current Taurus. So that's why Hell, I got news for you. You buy an old Barrett 50 cal, they don't work on them. If you buy a real old one, they don't work on them because those things were all put together by hand back in the old days, and they don't support them anymore.
I always tell people it's a funny thing, the gun industry, and I do it too. I'm a gun guy, but when we buy a gun, we expect that thing to last a lifetime, and the company to take care of you for a lifetime,
forever.
And what other companies do you think are like industries that do that? Like if you bought a vehicle or a TV,
right? Yeah. You bring your 56 Chevy in the dealership. What are they going to do? You can't do anything nowadays. Yeah,
$500 gun when you got the rest of your life, But it's a cool thing to be able to do. Like we're one of the few industries that say that we still have that quality there because you buy a $1,000 truck, it ain't gonna last you the rest of your life. I'm gonna take care of it that long.
That's true. Yeah. Let's see here. Shooting Gallery Annie says the Creed was never Massachusetts compliant, I guess. Wish I had a chance to shoot it. And Vanessa Kitty wants to know if you've got retired military discounts or is it active duty?
I think we have a retired. Email in, I believe we do. I'm like 98% sure of that though. So
yeah. By the way, shout outs to you from Clover Tack.
Hey, what's up, Clover?
Yeah. Let's see who else. Okay, someone was asking about. Hold on, let me see. Dr. F1 says I have a PPS 22 because I'm a double naughty spy. I don't know what that means. And M1 Grandson says, what is the difference between the PPK and PPKS?
Good question. We get this a lot. So PPK is basically the short frame. PPKS is the sporting frame. So the frame is just one round longer and you get one round extra capacity in it. So.
Okay. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, We Run Guns says, shout out to We Run Guns. He was on the show here a few days ago. He says Walther needs a 20-year gun industry anniversary. Is he talking about Walter or Walther?
Me. He's talking about me.
He's talking about Walter. Okay.
But if Walter wants to pay for it, sure, let's have it. Let's get it up. Get it up.
Put those two things together.
I just, I was thinking about that because I started making Stetson stuff like in '99, and just the other day it kind of dawned on me. Damn, it's been 20 years already.
Yeah, 20 years.
Holy cow!
Yeah. My son's about to turn 20 years old. Man, that makes me feel my back is out. My kids are going into the 20s. Oh my god.
You feel your sciatica
wheelchair at this point.
You feel your sciatica?
Yeah, I'm telling you. So I'll get a little walker. Lots of gray hair coming in.
Cane.
Yeah. I'm gonna be old. I'm definitely gonna be old and crotchety.
Older and crotchety. Yeah,
exactly. You think your dad is bad?
My dad's not that bad. My dad is actually he's an 80-something-year-old guy with I think a 15-year-old mind. So trust me. Yeah,
he's pretty happy-go-lucky.
Or just plain dumb. I call him Crash Keller because he has to do everything the hard way. So
he's from the old school, man. They didn't have all the safety crap. Back in those days. Okay, let's talk a little bit. I want to switch over to talking about Walther Arms in movies and stuff like that. Obviously, you had James Bond, the PPK, right? Yep. I think one of the most recent James Bonds had a PPQ or something like that. And
we haven't got the PPQ in there. The Pierce Brosnan era had a P99 in it. And Daniel Craig got back into it. The Casino Royale, he had a P99 in the beginning, and he ends up switching back into the original PPK.
Okay. That stupid ass smart gun that he had, was that from Walther? Because and if it was, are you people appropriately ashamed?
So, it's James Bond. If you look at the Roger Moore era, they get gadgets and things like that. But it's our PPKS, and the movie people, they like to dress things up and make them kind of.
Oh, blame it on the movie guys. Blame it on the movie guys. Yeah. Never let them do that silly. What was it? I think it was a Walther. Someone here will tell us. But I know that's not you guys doing it, right? That's the prop houses adding this silly fingerprint reader and all that.
Yeah, the prop house.
Yeah. Total nonsense. You have a spy. Okay, he's supposed to be a gray man. Goes in unseen. Let's forget the fact he's James Bond, going up there with a big Aston Martin. But then he has a gun that has his fingerprints in it that could be left somewhere, so they can go, yeah, this is definitely you, because your fingerprints are programmed in here.
I didn't save him in the movie, though, if you don't remember.
Huh?
Remember, he drops the gun and the guy picks up shooting. So it did save him. So you got to hand it to him on that one. So
okay, but he left the gun behind with his fingerprints in it on it. Yeah, that makes no sense. If spies really started using those things, you could just see governments going, "Yeah, we got the fingerprints right here." Yeah, so not a good. A spy would never. I know there's stuff like that out there. I'm 100,000% against anything like that. Don't believe in smart. I like my guns dumb.
Yeah,
this is the smart feature of the gun right here: brain, finger. But yeah. So what other movies have you guys been in other than the James Bond stuff?
A lot. We're one of the the PPK is one of the most used guns in movies and TV shows and things like that. Recently, we were in Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Cable. Yeah, Cable, the villain, actually used the polymer frame Q5 match.
Oh, okay. See, Walter, that's why you had all those people crowding around there. Yeah, I remember. I think I remember that.
Yeah, so pretty cool. Yeah. And you'll see us kind of just throughout. We're one of those companies, and it's funny, like these prop house guys will come up and they're like, man, it's just so hard to get gun manufacturers to like basically give us guns for movies. I'm like, I don't know why that's such a hard thing. It's a pretty good thing to be able to get into a movie.
I'll give them some of mine if they want to use the stuff.
Right. That's
so how did you guys get into the Deadpool? Was that nothing to do with you, or
like that? Just we had no idea that it happened. And I ended up meeting the prop house guy a little later who put it in. He was like, man, he's like, honestly, it just looked cool. So
what prop house was that?
Oh, man, I can't remember the name of them. There's so many of them.
Oh, okay, because I know we had Larry Zanoff from
Independent Studio Services.
Yeah, Independent Studio Services. Come on, they're one of the biggest prop houses.
Oh, okay.
In LA, and Larry Zanoff is on the show Hollywood Weapons.
Okay.
So I know that's like one of the big places out there the Hollywood studios go to.
Yeah.
When they get this stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and I know we were in the first John Wick. We had a P99 in there.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you, John Wick. So you were in the first one. What about the second one?
Second one, I think there was a PPK somewhere in there, but we weren't like predominantly used in that one. Got stuff coming though. So John Wick 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, for 3 and 4. Oh, okay. What you need to do is you guys need to make a gun that the Bulldog can shoot.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, because next time around, someone should write that. If anyone writes this into the story, I'm claiming copyrights right now.
There you go.
Copyright 2019, Hank Strange Media. Because they killed his dog before, so the dog should also be able to defend himself. You need one that's like paw activated.
Paw activated. There we go.
Yeah.
The big ones, always James Bond. That's the big pop culture, push for Walther is the James Bond 007.
Okay, so are you guys going to be in the new? Because in the new James Bond, I heard what's his name signed up again, even though he's like 50 something.
Yeah. So Daniel Craig's in the newest.
Yeah.
So it's a weird deal because we don't pay or do anything with that stuff. They use the Walther PPK because that's what was wrote into the book. But we don't do. If you notice, we don't do any like advertising with 007 or any of that stuff.
Right.
We don't want to upset that relationship or anything, so we just let him do it.
How old is Daniel Craig? Let me look it up. I know he's over 50.
Yeah, he's 50.
Yeah, he's
over. And he's like,
he was born in 1968. So let me do the math on that.
He's anti-gun too.
1958. Carry the 6. 60? No, can't be.
No,
hold on. Did my math wrong?
This ain't no. You got that ain't even new math. Okay, 1962 is 57.
51.
So,
51.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, 51. Oh my goodness, man. Like,
no, wait a minute. Why couldn't he be 51?
it's too freaking old to be a James Bond. Okay, I am 47 and my back is, you know, I mean,
yeah, but you're
can you imagine what they're doing to Daniel Craig to make him look like that? They are pumping him up with steroids.
No, he's got a stunt double. That's how it is.
No, you can't do a stunt double when you come out of the water with shirtless and all that.
That's called, you know, Hank Strange, if all you had to do all day was work out and get paid for it, figure it out. I mean, that's how those guys get in shape. That's how those actors are all buff, because they're paid to be buff. I mean, that's the.
How old is Tom Cruise? He's still doing all his.
He's 50. He's the same age as I am.
Yeah, he's doing all his crazy.
So he's 57.
57.
Tom Cruise, yeah.
But he has a stunt double too. But I mean, he does a lot of his own stuff too.
Yeah,
but,
he's very active. He's very active.
But once again, that's what he's paid to do. So
yeah.
You can see
you either keep up or you're out. So another young buck will take over. So
yeah,
you know.
Len Holt says Photoshop. Yeah.
Well,
they use Photoshop. They know they can do a lot of good things in movies. I was looking. So you guys remember the movie Logan?
Mm-hmm.
So with Wolverine. And there's a scene where you see Logan is driving his limo and these guys are shooting at him and all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah. He wasn't even the one driving that thing.
Really?
Yeah, because they were doing these actual stunts around him and they didn't want him in the car in case he got hurt. Mm-hmm. So they had a stunt driver driving it and then they mapped his face on the stunt driver.
Well,
yeah. I need that technology for making videos, man.
So they can stunt some 6-pack belly on you. Is that what?
Yeah. So whenever I make my videos, I'm just gonna be all buffed out.
There you go.
Spluck out. You know. I have a friend of mine that he's like a fitness trainer and everything. I'm gonna have him come out to the range and see if you guys could tell the difference.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. I'll slap a mohawk on him. Yeah. And see if we could make that happen. Or I'm going to try to buy that technology where I could just map. It's like Face Off. They can literally map your face on someone else.
Page in here now.
Yeah. I mean, so here's the thing about that, right? Think about this for a second. How the hell do you believe anything anymore?
Oh, yeah.
Think about that. If they could just take a face off of someone and map it on another person, and you can't tell the difference, it's all over. We're living in the Matrix.
Crazy.
Yeah, you know, so
weird. Like, did you watch Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, great movie. And then they like built all those cars. Like I expected it because you're so used to like CGI everything.
Yeah,
they built all the cars and did all the stunts. And
yeah, oh yeah, I love it when they do that. I'm trying to get Walter to be part of a project where we make like a apocalypse. Yes. He doesn't want to hear about it.
No.
Dan Hates You says, isn't Lola a fitness model? How does Hank not have a clue on how to look good at his age? Gee, thank you very much. If I really had that kind of money, I would have a personal trainer.
That's what I was trying to tell you, man. You get paid to you got either you do it or you don't have a job. You know, that's one of those things in that world. So
yeah. You know. That's my first. It's like there were some comedians that had a skit about that, where it's like if you have enough money, you have a bunch of personal trainers. They'll just come and pick you up and move your muscles around. And,
all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, they'll you don't really have to do anything. You'll just be buff. You know, they'll come put implants in you, whatever you need. You know,
no.
Yeah, so Richard Hughes says I could do squats in this. I'm standing. Like right now I'm standing. I'm freestanding. Even though my back is like
saying, fuck, what are you doing?
Yeah, my back is pretty much broken. YNH says just do push-ups. That's like prison. Right there. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. As soon as the minute that I blow up and get some money here, I am getting like trainers, special chefs that give you food. You eat the food, boom, muscles pop out. Yeah.
Yeah. You've been watching too many movies.
Eventually we'll have a pill, right? Someone will.
Yeah.
You can just take a pill, boom, you get whatever you want. Except if you take the wrong pill, like let's say you took your wife's pill instead of your pill, you might get like Brazilian butt by accident, you know.
You might get Brazilian boobs by accident. Come
on. Shooting gallery. Eddie says if Tom Cruise is 56 and he still looks 30, he must be taking a lot of HGH
or some Scientology black magic. Yeah.
Lots of stuff like that going on, you know, or getting that young blood from people circulated through. What is that thing called? You get like young. They find this. It's like some vampire stuff. They find a 16-year-old somewhere who donates his blood, and then they circulate that blood through you, and it somehow.
Yeah.
You never heard of this, Cody?
I've not. No.
Yeah, they lure some 16-year-old into some place and they kill him and suck them. Wow. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Moobut says Hank doing Kegel exercises right now. No. Okay.
He's on a stair climber right now. He's working the stair climber. Can't you see it?
Yeah. And Richard Hughes wants to know if my dad knows Tom, because my dad is a Scientologist. So, you know, I told you about that, Richard. We accept everyone's religion around here. So I don't know whether or not he knows Tom Cruise. Probably.
You have to be pretty high up the food chain in that organization.
I would say probably. My dad's pretty high up in New York. So I've definitely been to Scientology Central over there in Clearwater.
Oh, yeah. They built a 30-something story skyscraper or building, the tallest one in Clearwater.
Yeah. So there you go. Okay. All right. Let's see what else no other movies you guys are coming out of that you know, because you said you don't really do anything to get into the movies, right?
No, people basically call and ask for some guns, but we don't ever find out until basically the movie's out. So kind of unfortunate. And really, because as soon as people find out, you get tons of writers and people like that trying to like pound in and get the first dibs.
Yeah. What about rappers? Do any rappers ever rap about PPQs or anything?
They got can the Walther shoot sideways?
Yeah. Like I'll be peeping you with my PPQ.
Hey, there we go.
No, so you've never. I mean, because there are some guns that rappers talk about, and then it goes. We can make this happen for you, Cody. Me and Walter have a rap group.
All right.
Draco.
Yeah. Called Two Old Dudes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But you've never seen anything like that, right?
Not. No.
Okay. Like I said, we can make it happen. We can make it happen.
I expect that. So I'll be calling. Okay.
Yeah. Shooting Gallery says, I did not know that. I hope you did not take offense to the comment. No, I don't get offended by a lot of stuff. I didn't even know. Maybe Shooting Gallery said something about Scientologists or whatever. I'm not a Scientologist, so you know, doesn't bother me. And Richard Hughes says salt and pepper. There you go.
Yep.
That's a good, you know, except there's already a rap group named Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah.
We should make some rap videos, Walter. We can do that.
Yeah.
I think you can do it, man. I think you can do. We'll go viral for all the wrong reasons. You'll get a message from Cody, be like, please blur out our guns in your video. We don't want anyone to associate you with us.
Yeah, you pop out with the Walther bullpup there, you know. Yeah. Cutting edge technology there.
Red Bear says, I have a feeling that's not in the marketing plan for a reason. Yeah. Listen, that you know what? I'm telling you, it's a weird thing, right? How like what makes people all of a sudden get all crazy about a specific gun and go to the stores.
Yeah.
A lot of times it is movies or music videos or whatever it is.
I don't know. It's
marketing department is after is like what's going to drive them to the store to buy, right?
Right. What's gonna get the buzz going?
It always faces that everybody's a marketer. Everybody has is influence in different ways, so they believe that way is going to be pushing the most.
Yeah. So let's talk about so you said with the shoot it, buy it, love it. Right. And I think if I'm not mistaken, we have a link in the description of the video here. I think that's what Lola told me. I think so. I can go get a link. But you said that it's the PPQ line, right?
Yep. So PPQ line. So
yeah. So show us some stuff in the PPQ line, and give us, like, for folks out there who are watching this, and they're thinking, oh, maybe I want to take advantage of this shoot it, love it, buy it thing. You know, when you go through each gun, just say like why someone would want, like who would want to buy this and why.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll start off with the basic series. Now mine's been a little dressed up. This is one of my personal guns, but this is just the standard 4-inch PPQ series. This is the one to me that basically everybody should have. It's the most versatile gun, in my opinion, out there. I always tell people the more things a gun can do, usually the more expensive it is. But this is actually a really good bargain, because it's going to be your kind of entry-level PPQ series. So if you're looking for a good gun, 15-round capacity, so it's still very easily concealed. I carry this appendix every day.
Okay, what's the price on that?
So MSRP on this thing, well, you'll see. Street price, I'll say around $500 to $550.
Okay.
So a little cheaper. So good deals. Check out your local gun stores. Shop those guys and stuff like that.
So how does it work? Say I want to get one of those. You go to can it be go to an online gun? Say like what is it? Bud's Gun Shop.
Yeah.
And say you want one. Is that something? How does the whole buy it? How does the program work?
Yeah, do they have to buy directly through Walther, or could they buy through other retailers? What's going on there?
So the cool thing, so when we developed this, there's actually two parts to it, and the part that I wanted was kind of a national, just really easy to use, and that's a kind of a 30-day money back guarantee portion of it. And so wherever you buy the gun, as long as it's a new gun, buy it online, in store, wherever, that qualifies for a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you just get on shootitloveitbuy.com, click on return a firearm, go through that little process, and we actually provide the shipping label for you to ship it back to us. So we pay for shipping, and then once we get it here, we'll actually issue your refund for the amount that you paid plus tax. So really simple. The dealer does not have to do anything. You don't have to do anything before you purchase the gun. So just any guns purchased from February 15th to June 30th for PPQ series.
Okay, so with that, you would have 30 days. If you don't love it, you can get your money back.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
The other portion of that, we have about 70 premier dealers, we're calling them. And they have a system in place that we actually went into their stores, and requires a little bit more work from the consumer side of it. But you can actually get on the shootitloveitbuy.com. You'll see request a voucher. You can actually get a voucher number and pick one of these 70 dealers if there's one close to you. You can take that voucher in there and give to them and take home PPQ with no money down. So you don't pay a dime. And you get to take it home for 30 days. And if you like it, we just charge your card for the amount that the dealer was selling it for. If you don't like it, send it back to us, and we don't even charge your card.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool. So that one, you have to go online, get the voucher, or look at the 70 dealers across the U.S.
Yep.
Right, and get the voucher, then go in, and that includes any sales that those people might have going on, right?
Yep.
Okay, very cool.
Pretty cool.
Very cool. So how long is this program lasting for?
It goes till June 30th. So take advantage of it. So right before summertime.
Okay. So, and and what kind of numbers are you guys seeing so far? What kind of feedback are you getting?
We got a lot of feedback, and we've already started hearing just rumors of it stirring the industry up a little bit, because, like I said, no one's done anything like this for forever. Basically, all sales are final on gun sales. It's just it's a tough deal, and figuring out the logistics was a nightmare. I felt like that's all I ate, drank, and slept for months.
Yeah, you're going to be logisticating for the until June, right? The end of June.
Yeah. But, we were just so confident in that product, and that's what we're going to show people. Is,
right.
We are in that product, and honestly, the program's been going on for about a month now, and we've barely gotten any back. Maybe less than 10 or something like that. So it's working, and it's doing our job. So.
Okay, and then the ones that are coming back to you guys, what are you doing? Are you rehabbing them? Are you destroying them? What's going on?
Yeah, so those will be marked like certified pre-owned, basically, and then sold back to the dealers for like pre-owned guns, basically.
Okay. All right. So you showed us one gun. What was that you showed just now?
So that was the standard PPQ 4-inch, and this one's actually been done up by WMMF Guns out of Florida. So
yeah, we're big fans of WMD Guns. Nice. Okay.
Pressed nickel boron finish on
it. Yeah.
Would that be 4.4.5 inch?
That's a 4-inch.
4-inch. Okay. Because I'm looking at Bud's right now, Bud's Gun Shop, and the 4.5 inch PPQ M2 9mm 489.
Yeah. So you can get them for great deals.
Yeah.
489. You said.
And that's threaded barrel too. So.
Yeah. Okay. It's either the Navy or the TAC, so it's a good deal.
Yeah.
So that Navy version with the threaded barrel is pretty cool because we actually have some different machining on the inside of that gun where that gun will fire underwater.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Nice. So we made it for the Hellenic Special Forces, and they needed a gun that was able to fire underwater or be pulled out from underwater and fire a first shot because most of the time it fills your striker channel full of water.
Yeah.
Your first striker shot won't work, so you got to empty the water out. Different machining, so it'll actually fire that round that's loaded in the chamber.
Oh man, I might have to get me one of them.
Cool. Okay.
So you said that was the 4-inch, right?
Yeah, that first one I showed you was the 4-inch. So
yeah. Okay, because I see that on Gun Prime. I mean, like wherever you guys want to go to, but I'm looking it up. That's on Gun Prime for $439.
Well, that's the 4-inch, yeah.
Yeah, the 4-inch, yeah. And then Walter, you saw the 4.5 or
4.6. That was a Navy SD.
Yeah.
Okay, is that the threaded one? Or?
Yes, that was threaded. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah. So, all right, let's take a look at some other ones that you got there, Cody.
So, PPQ 45. So I have the Surefire X300 on this one.
45. Okay.
Yep. So this one was really cool. So Walther did not make a 45 for like 130 years. A couple years ago. So we finally came out with it, and they did great on it. It actually won Gun of the Year 2 years in a row from Guns and Ammo, American Rifleman, and things like that. So it was a big gun. And
yeah, let's see that again.
Yeah. So the reason why it did so well, for one, it had that great PPQ trigger that we're known for, and you got all those great ergonomics and stuff. But most double stack 45s on polymer frame are so big that you can't get good ergonomics on them. And if you notice this one, I still don't have to reach, I don't have to break my grip to reach the magazine release or the slide release. The circumference of the grip is actually the same as our 9mm series. So, but you get 12+1 capacity in a 45. So
yeah, is that due to the way you've got that curve there in the grip?
Yeah.
Like that's letting your hand get in there, right?
Yeah, that's letting your hand kind of get up in there. Keep the circumference of it down. I have no idea what kind of black magic they use to get 12 rounds of 45 stuffed in this thing, because when you pick it up, it feels like a 9mm. Pretty phenomenal. So
okay, cool.
+1, that's a good one.
And what's the typical price for that?
That one probably MSRP $749 on it. So
okay,
but you find it for a little cheaper.
Yeah, if you guys, I know Walter, you're looking at some different prices. Like you could probably look at Bud's Gun Shop, Gun Prime, any other places out there that you can, that you see sales and all that. And get yourself like an extra deal on top of that. Why not?
Definitely. And
but
if you don't like it, send it back to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, what else you got?
So this is my personal carry gun here. So this is the Q4 TAC that I actually removed the suppressor, the threaded barrel from it. Did a great frame, and it's optics ready. So I've got the RMSC optic on this one. So it actually co-witnesses with your standard height front sight. Pretty cool. So
who makes that optic?
Shield.
Shield. Okay.
Yeah. So they did a really good job, and I was a little skeptical about going away because I'm a loophole man through and through. But the way this gun is, most of the time with a lot of your different red dots out there, you have to use really tall suppressor height sights on the gun. And what it does is it changes your basically your point of aim. So when I was training with other red dots, I was having to basically almost push out from the chest to be able to pick that dot up instantly. With the Shield, it sits so low with your standard height iron sights, you have no change in your presentation of the gun. It's still up here where your iron sights would be. But
okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's always a thing for me with red dots, trying to get used to where that dot's going to be.
Yeah. I shot Carry Optics Nationals a couple of years ago, and I did a lot of training on the Carry Optics style, and I was running the Delta Point Pro, and I spent a few weeks at the house just like draw presentation to find the dot, and I go shoot a little local match, and then figure out that leaning around a corner or something, I couldn't find the dot, so I come back and practice that. And pretty cool thing though, if you run a dot, I think the future's headed there, is once you get used to that, you'll actually be a better iron sight shooter when you go back, because what it does is almost works like braces and fixes your structure and how you transition from target to target. And so what happened was when I was finding the dot and I was moving through a course, I never wanted that dot to leave my field of view.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very robotic and stiff in how I moved and presented. So then when I went back to iron sights, I was doing the exact same thing. So now my iron sight stayed exactly where I needed to, instead of coming out of place and realigning every time I transitioned from target to target. So,
okay.
It's a great platform. The American market, we don't like a whole lot of change, right?
No.
They're like, oh, I got to put in work to learn how to use a red dot. A lot of people just don't shoot enough to be able, and so they pick the gun up, they can't find the dot, and they're like, oh, this is terrible, and then they put it down, never touch it again. But there's benefits to a red dot, and that's why you see those on a lot of militaries, on rifles and things like that. So.
Yeah. I like the idea of being able to co-witness.
Yeah,
having both.
Competition. We gut the sights. We don't use the sights because it actually distracts you, because what your mind ends up doing is finding the iron sights and then finding the dot. You have to break yourself of that habit of finding the dot, because that's going to shave, fractions of a second off.
Oh, okay.
So once you do that, then when you go back to your co-witness iron sights, you don't even notice they're there, and you're picking up the dot really quick. And then if your dot ever does go down in a concealed carry situation, you know how to use iron sights and they're there, but you're not relying on them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
People do the same thing with a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up your AR, you don't find the iron sights and then find your dot. You're looking at your dot the whole time. So.
Yeah. I think that can definitely be a thing. When you push yourself, then you'll see that it's happening. All right. Is that the lineup that you've got there?
Yeah, I showed the steel frame Q5 matches and things like that earlier. So that's the PPQ series, but I know what everybody wants to see, and that's that guy right there.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You are speaking Walter's language right now.
Yeah. So this is
Go ahead. Don't put it down. Yeah, you got to keep showing it.
New PPKS that's manufactured in Fort Smith, Arkansas, as you can see, kind of.
Yeah.
On the edge
that's
there.
good.
So.
Yeah.
They need to make one of those with a threaded barrel.
Then
you're really James.
Aftermarket threaded barrel for that or no?
No, because it is a fixed barrel, so it's
right. Okay.
Our original design. So if you actually look, fixed barrel.
Yeah, you have to drive the pin out and take the barrel out if you want to do it.
Oh.
Yeah, so not the ball barrels.
Yeah, it could be done.
Can be done, and it's been done out there before, but it's very difficult.
I mean, if you're going to beat James Bond, you got to have a compressor. Come on,
got to throw a can up on.
You got to have a movie can on it, one of those little dinky small ones,
Yeah. But they have them, Walter. Well, no, I think Babyface and I have some of those little tiny.
Yeah, you can get pretty small can on there.
Babyface that has it. That's the one that uses the wipe, right, Walter?
Yeah.
That's
okay. Very cool, man. So are you guys thinking about doing those threaded?
Yeah. And like I said, those guns haven't been produced since 2012. And so the market was completely dried up. And I swear to you, for the last 4 years, my job has been answering, where is the PPKS? That's my answer, I feel like.
Yeah. That's probably like a big gun that guys out there are collecting.
Yeah. It's crazy the amount of demand for a gun that's 80 years old or whatever. I mean, we're tons of demand for that gun, and right now we're finally started shipping them this year, which everyone's been waiting on. It's been a long process to get them up in manufacturing here in the U.S., so we're excited to get them out there.
Yeah,
that's cool.
The Norse Horseman says he's been kicked off 6 times in the show. I don't know
what.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure. It's probably the I have really no idea what's going on there, but
I've been looking at gun prices and so.
Yeah, but he wants to thank you for saying loophole correctly.
Loophole, yes.
Loophole?
Loophole.
Yeah.
Loophole.
How do people say it incorrectly? Because I want to make
Leopold.
Leopold. Okay.
I actually did a tour of their factory. Amazing. If you ever get a chance, go to Portland, and you'll have a great appreciation for what they do. I mean, it's nuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Armament and Axis says, what is Cody's necklace?
So I'm actually Catholic, and it's St. Hubertus. So it's the stag with the cross.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay,
he's the patron saint of hunting. So.
The stag is one of the proof marks that Germans put on their guns.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
So if you actually look at,
so a little double entendre there.
Yeah. So you'll actually see the Ohm proof house is the antler with the cross built up of it, and it was based around the St. Hubertus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Let me see if there's any other. DCG 44 says I have a PPQ in 40 Smith & Wesson. Want a 5-inch 9mm M1 also plus CCP 380.
So the 5-inch M1 is a gunbuyer.com exclusive. We did a deal with them because there was a lot of people asking for them, but there's just not enough demand to make it an inline SKU. And Gunbuyer ponied up and they bought in and did an exclusive. And if you get on their website, they actually have a bunch of the models, and they did titanium nitride coated barrels. So you can get blue, gold, silver, or black, or a dark gray finish on the barrels. And it actually has some slide cuts on top where you can see the barrel underneath it. Looks really cool. I think they sell them for $469.
Yeah. So We Run Guns is asking me if I asked you guys whether or not you're destroying the guns. Yes, I did. But he says that's a sin. I wanted to know what you guys are doing with the guns that are coming back.
Well, why would they
that's cool.
There's no reason to destroy anything. They're just demo guns, basically. That's how you just go through and make sure they're not messed up, and
I know a lot of employees up are hoping to get some back because they want to file.
Hell yeah. I mean, most people aren't going to put if it was, there's going to be someone out there that's going to put 1,000 rounds.
I hope so. And we,
through it and then send it back to you all.
But people comment on social media and they're like, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to put, I'm going to just shoot the heck out of it, 3,000 rounds in 2 weeks. And we just comment. We're like, hey, you got till June 30th. Shoot as much as you want.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
So you got 30 days.
Let me see. What does 3,000 rounds cost?
It's have at it. And that's the purpose of it, because we know if you shoot it, and that's what we tell people. That's 30 days is enough time to go find you a local competition if you want to try it for competition, or if you need to carry it for a while, see if you like it, practice. Enough time, I think, to
But you did say that you're going to have deals on the ones that are returned, right?
Yeah, those will be going out for sale. Like I said, we really honestly haven't gotten many back, so you probably won't see them.
Okay.
Market that much. So.
Yeah. On the Navy one that we talked about, what Navy was that done for? You said
Greek.
Greek. Okay, that's what I thought I heard. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if you YouTube their torture test, it's hilarious, man. They actually did a torture test on the gun.
Oh. Yeah, the underwater thing interests me. If I was going to buy one just to be different and put it away, that'd be the one I'd buy to put away.
Yeah, it's
really the Navy.
Yeah,
they actually show it suppressed underwater, and they shoot 17 rounds underwater, reload underwater, and fire. Yep.
Is the Greek Navy planning on getting into shootouts underwater? I don't understand.
I'm like, it's cool, whatever.
Yeah. How deep is the Greek Navy? 3 dudes.
Oh, man.
He can't say that's.
Oh boy. Okay, Dan Hates You says, are there any big police agencies buying Walthers?
So we're one of the most carried guns around the world, just not here in the U.S. yet, because we didn't really have the facilities and the staff to be able to push it. But there'll be some announcements coming out soon. We've locked up a lot of different law enforcement agencies that bought into the PPQ system. So we're really excited. Just can't tell you who yet, but we will do an announcement.
Because you have to have service and stuff like that when you start doing departments and stuff.
Yeah, you got to be able to be here for armorers courses, service, parts. And that's the big thing is all of them, they realize how great a service that we have and how easy the PPQ platform really is to maintain and take apart and do work on. People usually think, German guns are over-engineered, and they usually are, but the PPQ is super simplistic. There's only one more part than a Glock on it. So very minimal, very easy to take apart, maintain, but you still get way better accuracy. You get better trigger. It's a high-performance gun. So,
okay.
agencies are realizing that. So.
Yeah. So Ray Bozzolo says, "Who would send a Walther's back? Who would send a Walther's back?"
Poor receiving guy, I think, is getting pretty bored downstairs, at the office.
Yeah. And Mr. FNH says, "Gun people, gun people." Can the M1 grandson says, "Can the PPQ M2 and PPQ 45 handle a steady diet of plus pressure ammunition?"
Yes, they can. They're all rated to handle that. I recommend probably not shooting 10,000 rounds of it as a load. I mean, it's probably a wear through after a little while. The good thing is, though, it has a lifetime warranty, so whatever.
Yeah, we're out there. How long do the barrels last typically?
So I'm pretty terrible. So last year, I shot 35,000 rounds through mine, and it's still maintaining under 2.5 inches at 25 meters.
Mm-hmm. So it's still now your competition shooting. So I'm guessing you're shooting a lighter load, or you're shooting regular load.
I don't have time to reload, so I shoot factory ammunition.
Okay.
It usually sits around 135, 136 power factor.
Okay.
Yeah, it puts it through, but we usually tell people, on barrel up, when you start seeing some accuracy go, you can send it in. That's the cool thing is not many parts do this, but as you wear out recoil springs, as you wear out a barrel, if you ever shoot out a barrel or anything like that, it's covered under your warranty. So you can actually call us up and be like, "Hey, my recoil spring's done for. I need a new one." We send you a new one for free.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we maintenance parts. Imagine buying a car and going to the dealership and be like, "Hey, my tires are bald. I need new tires."
Yeah, like change my brakes, dude.
Yeah, right.
My brakes are worn out. Yeah, good luck with that. Unless you get like some kind of protection plan.
Yeah, right.
Which you still will have to pay.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's see. Armament and Axis says he says, "I think the Walther offer of return it if you don't like it is awesome." Tyven Show wants to know if Walther ever have an option if they'd offer a pistol with a 10-inch barrel, or do you make a 10mm pistol?
Not a 10-inch barrel, 10 millimeter, not yet. We've been exploring it, but it's one of those things. We get quite a bit of questions on it on social media and stuff like that, but really like the grand scheme of the market, because we're still pretty small, so we got to justify being able to go through the entire process of making a new firearm.
Just when you get the 10mm to market, the fad goes away.
Yeah. Boom. Nobody wants it.
Everybody's like, "Who the hell wants 10mm when you can have 40 cal?"
Yeah. I think it's there to stay, though, when you look at like backcountry hunters and things like that, using it for hiking and stuff.
Okay.
Events and stuff. But yeah, I mean, we're looking into it. It's on the radar, but we don't offer one right now.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me see. I'm still getting some more questions from Tyven. Let's see what. Okay, he's thanking me. Tyven is right now percolating in his brain some other crazy. Do you make a 10mm 10mm barrel for a 10mm?
10-inch barrel for a 10mm?
Yeah, 10-inch barrel for a 10mm. That's what I'm trying to say. You got it. Yeah. DCG 44 says, "If you do a long slide 10mm, I'm in."
All right.
Yeah.
Pick him up on that. Tell him I'm emailing him.
Yeah. At Diesel Vision, has Walther heard of Mac's gauntlet test, and are y'all nervous about those returns?
Yeah, I think our PPQs went through the gauntlet test, and we had I think a little bit of issues with, I can't remember if it was like the heavy mud or something, because what was happening was we have a step chamber, and a lot of people don't know this. Happened back in World War II. So most chambers, yeah, you knew that. So P38s and stuff. So most chambers are loose fit, so they feed reliably, but you lose accuracy and the gun runs dirtier. So what we did, or estimated numbers, but first 75% of the chambers loose fit, last 25% actually steps down. It's basically match grade. So the round feeds reliably, but then wedges itself in there, gives you better accuracy, higher velocities. And so that's a big thing when you look at people that compare like our gun to other guns on the market, is like, oh, this one's a little bit more snappier. And it's not because of a 4-axis or any of that, because we're shooting a lot higher velocities out of our guns than most of the others because of that step chamber. So, which is great for self-defense rounds and things like that. So,
okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, some mud would fall in there and kind of get into that step chamber, but our guns are extremely reliable. I think it passed that test pretty well. So, and no, we're not nervous about the returns. Like I said, we're pretty confident that we're not getting any back. Like I said, we're a month into it, and you're saying it's pretty successful. So, but like I said, we stand behind it. We're not scared to try something new. So.
Okay. All right. Did you have some other questions, Walter?
No, I'm just listening to the whole thing here.
I don't know if you want to pop out and do some news. I think we've put Cody through the gauntlet here.
I like
it. You know what I want to go ahead.
Does it say you got some mud in this chamber or what? I mean, it's like
yeah. I'm gonna hit up just real quick. I'm gonna hit up some gun news here, so we can see if you guys have any news things that you want to talk about real quick. Just take a little break. So Liberty has has a new Infinity X lightweight silencer. Walter and I were testing it.
Yes, we did.
And there's an article on the Firearms blog about it. And there's a picture there of it on a Uzi, I think, right, Walter? Is that an Uzi? I think so. But you were running, weren't you running that on the Sten gun?
Yes. Yeah, we shot that on the Sten gun. Yep. There'll be some video of that, I'm sure, coming up pretty soon.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We shot a ton of video, so we'll get some of that out.
Yep.
But I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Very light.
It worked very well, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Titanium.
Yeah.
Right?
Very quiet. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. I don't know if there's any other news that you saw out there in the gun world. Trying to. Do you follow gun news, Cody?
I do, pretty close. Industry stuff. I try to keep up what competitors are doing and products coming out, stuff like that. So.
What is there any industry stuff you saw out there? Let's see. I'm skimming through here.
Heckler and Koch beer steins. What's up with that?
Beer steins.
That's what it says. They limited edition beer steins. It looks like.
Oh, where did you see that one?
That's on the Firearms blog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually show you real quick.
I guess those HK marks will be like they'll be fighting over those things.
Yeah.
We did some pretty cool limited edition patches.
Boom!
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Was that?
I call first dibs.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I got a couple extras in my office.
Yeah. You better ship those out.
Get up on
it. Yeah. Was that for SHOT Show this year or last year?
This year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why they were crowding around your booth. I couldn't. Getting the swag. The swag hounds were there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is a funny story. Probably talking the swag at shows. So funny. Like you'll set stuff out, and people will just like walk by and just like
grab everything.
I was like, man, come on, I gotta buy that.
Yes, because they immediately go up on eBay.
Oh yeah, my patches that I've sold for like $5 or $6 on sometimes. 35, 45, $50 on eBay. I'm like, holy cow. I think it's great if they get it. Great. Yeah. But it's just funny to watch. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't do that. If we get patches, we'll ask first of all if we could take multiples, but we give them away. We do giveaways and stuff like that, for the folks who can't go to SHOT Show. Yeah. But I'm sure there's some of those folks out there who immediately sell them.
Oh, yeah, they're right.
It's like speaking of HK, like the HK calendars and the Dylan Arrow calendars, boom, up on eBay right away for sale.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because we're used to getting it for free, going to gun stores. We'll get that stuff you ask for.
Yeah. Sapper Hog 25 says, Cody, I'll take you to lunch in exchange for that patch.
We like Mexican food, so that's my favorite.
Yeah, there you go. He's bribable for a patch. Let's see what else we have here. Richard Rasnick wants to know if Walther is doing any giveaways. You guys have any giveaways going on?
We do quite a bit of giveaways. So if you check out Alien Gear Holsters, we're doing a giveaway, a gun a month with Alien Gear. So check them out, and they're doing swag every week from us. And then GAT Daily is doing a giveaway. NRA show will have a giveaway with guns.com. We just finished one up on March 1st. We did through Walther, just through us direct for a Q5 Match Steel Frame Pro.
Okay. Who won that?
Oh man, I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Out this week, so he's pretty excited. So.
Okay.
We do quite a bit of the giveaways. So.
Yeah. So if folks out there want to know about your giveaways, where do they need to go?
Just visit our Instagram or Facebook page. And
okay.
Facebook's a little bit more restricting. Instagram, you'll see it a little easier. But,
are you typically the guy on the Instagram, or is that someone else in the company?
Vince. So he handles all of the social media. He does great. I dab on there every now and then, answer some questions. But Vince handles most of the social media. But definitely just sign up for our Walther email too, and we send out all the different giveaways and opportunities and stuff like that that's going out. And we try not to pester you. It's once a month we'll send out an email. So
not every freaking day, twice a day or something. It's like
yeah, some places are really
some places are crazy now.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, I need to get back to working on our email list. We're doing some stuff on that, but we were doing like once a week or something. But we need to get back in it because I think it's good to have an email list with all this stuff going on with the social media companies, etc. Yeah,
social media could end for gun companies quick. So I always tell gun guys like sign up for their email newsletters, and Crowder does that mug club thing just so we can try to build it up because there's just so many restrictions on conservative Pro 2A type stuff out there. We've got to just build ourselves to that in case it does happen.
Yeah. Crowder is really good with that stuff, and even before I think he's getting a little bit more of a team. He always had somewhat of a team, but they're bulking up the team a little bit. Yeah, they always did really funny stuff with Mug Club and all that. So yeah. Now, so with this whole thing going on with social media, you guys have a YouTube channel, all that stuff. I'm assuming, right? So what do you think about everything happening with YouTube being restrictive and Twitter, all these, deplatforming people? What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, it's tough. That sucks. Like we hate it, and we understand there's a point to capitalism, though. Those are privately owned companies that do what they want, so we understand that. But I think us as a gun community need to stand up a little bit more. We don't scream that loud. So
I think some of the major manufacturers need to stand up a little bit more. Because they kind of cower at every challenge. And I think they need to say, hey, this ain't illegal. Leave it alone, man.
Because we need some weight to really get Congress to take a look at it.
It's the second oldest profession in the United States. Besides the oldest. We all know what the oldest profession is. Absolutely. So and that's illegal. So in most places anyway. So
it's a tough deal right now, and especially from us. And we kind of got caught a little late to the game. Back then when you could buy lights, as a gun company still. A lot of companies did that. We missed that boat. So we're still building up very kind of grassroots efforts and things. Yeah,
that's good though. There's nothing wrong with that. Have you guys heard about GUNSTREAMER?
Yes, I've seen that a little bit. Haven't got into it, but that looks very interesting. We may have to get involved.
Yeah. I mean, we're involved in it. I've seen people here in the chat saying they're on it. Basically, it's a platform like YouTube. So if you guys have a bunch of videos up on your YouTube channel, you can sign up for GUNSTREAMER and then request that they pull your videos. So they actually, it's not links that they put on their thing. They pull your videos and put them on their servers. So if you woke up one day and YouTube killed your channel, you'd still have all your content be able to stream off of GUNSTREAMER. So, and that happens to it's happened to Spikes Tactical, Brownells, a bunch of other guys.
Yep, it does a lot. So I think our industry as a whole need to get together and do that.
I would say definitely look into that. And then, platforms like GUNSTREAMER and the other guys that are trying to offer alternatives, they need the industry to get in there and support them. Advertising, etc. I think that support's really important. Like GUNSTREAMER's trying to do a live thing, but that's going to take money. I think they can use some company coming in there, and every time someone goes live on it, it goes, hey, this is brought to you by Walther. That kind of a thing. So we need to prepare for what's coming. I think that right now they're kind of like testing the fences with a lot of stuff because they don't fully have political cover.
Yeah.
To go after us. But if the pendulum should swing completely the other way, and they have both houses and they have the White House and all that, man, they'll just your head will be spinning how fast they'll start just deleting channels completely. So yeah, I mean, if you look at what happened with Alex Jones, I mean, these places basically were allowed to deplatform him, and everyone seems to be over it. But that's, you know, weird to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you know, First Amendment is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and when you're manufacturing guns, that's covered by the Second Amendment, and then the First Amendment should allow people to talk about it.
Yep.
You know, it's definitely things that we should look into and think about. So
I always tell people too, I think the gun industry, I don't know of any other one that you're seeing all the major companies move to the U.S. and build facilities and create jobs. What other industries are doing that? You're seeing HK, Glock, us, Tower, all of them moved to the United States and built facilities and created jobs and manufacturing and things like that. There's not many companies out there that do that.
Yeah. And, you know, if I can get like political for a second in terms of, you know, I saw with everything that happened in New Zealand, there's people in New Zealand are like turning in their guns because the government plans on making even more restrictive gun regulations. And that's pretty terrible to me. Like, if you really want peace, if you really want your country to be peaceful, you're going to have to defend that peace.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it kind of sucks to see that people are voluntarily doing that. And that's not going to happen in America so far. I know there's going to be some people that do that, but I think Americans see the Second Amendment in a completely different way from the rest of the world.
Yeah, we were founded differently. And, you know, like we're one of the few countries that have an actual First Amendment, and it's because of the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of heritage to that, and the way we're raised and things like that. And we may not get the media content, but you know, it shows up in the end of how many of us there actually are. So,
absolutely.
We do know what's going on. You know, like a lot of media portrays us. So
yeah. Walter, I heard you grunting back there.
No, I said no to the giving up the guns. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's sad to see that in New Zealand people are just doing that. And I'm thinking, someone just went after people and victimized them. Yeah. You're going to give up your guns and then wait around for the cops, which most of them aren't even armed. I mean, that's insane. So
I think people. So we have Gabby Franco as one of our, you know, like I said, brand ambassadors. And I mean, she's from Venezuela, and she's got stories of like, because she grew up shooting, and she was the Venezuela's first Olympic female shooter. And she left whenever they basically banned guns from Venezuela, and she couldn't do any of that anymore. She came to the U.S. She was a pro athlete, and she has a great story about that. Her family still lives in Venezuela, and what's going on down there right now.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
terrible, you know. And she's a big promoter of all the 2A stuff because of that. She saw how fast a country can just take a downfall. You never know. You know,
yeah, it's bad, and it's getting worse. And ultimately, in Venezuela, lots of places around the world, like Haiti, for example, these countries are really only going to get better, not when like America comes in or some other country comes in and helps out or whatever, because they're always going to have their motives. When the people who live there rise up and go, okay, we had enough of this.
Yeah.
You know, like that's when those places are going to get better. But the people are the ones that have to be the core of that whole thing. And then what allows them to rise up against their government?
Yep.
So
I mean, that's what we're built on. So we understand that fact. You know, it takes a lot to get a person to be able to do that. You know.
Yeah. But if you want your country to be a better place, the solution, I'm not telling people don't come to America, but the solution ultimately, if you love where you're from, and a lot of instances, like for example, Haiti is on the island of Hispaniola, right? Dominican Republic. Everyone goes there for vacation. Haiti's on the same island. If you're living in a paradise, you have to maintain that paradise.
Yep.
Somehow, you know. And it's the same thing. It would be the same thing would go for Venezuela. You know, the same thing would go for Brazil. I was looking at something they were talking about, you know, since the Olympics, like all those slums in Brazil and everything just went right back to bad.
Yeah.
You know, so ultimately the people are the ones who have to rise up. There's not a magical person out there called the government or anyone else that's going to come save you. You have to save yourself. I think America was built on that principle, and that's why the linchpin of all that is the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
You know, and for all the people thinking about it here in America, if you're looking or listening to this from outside of America, it's very, very important. Just think about it. Like, do you want to wait for someone to come save you in the moment, or do you want to be able to save yourself? So, yeah. Okay. Armament and Axis says, you know, they've got a 500 sub giveaway and all that kind of stuff going on. So, just, you know, for you guys who are interested in that, check it out. Ant Diesel Vision says they go to the Dominican Republic for body alterations, not vacation. Okay.
Whatever.
Whatever floats your boat. Okay. So you know what? Let me start wrapping this up. We're kind of like crossing over into 9 o'clock hour. You know, I think Cody's been pretty good, man. Answered a lot of questions, showed us a lot of guns.
Yeah.
You know, so I think let's start going down here, and let me just show off. Look at that, Cody.
Yeah, there you go.
You're gonna have to come hang out with us to shoot this bad boy.
All right, we'll make it today because I got to check that out. So.
Yeah, you're welcome to come to Florida. You know, we'll let you hang with us, shoot some guns.
Sounds good.
Walter and I. So okay, go ahead, Walter. What are you showing off there?
Yeah, shoot the real gun.
Yeah. Do you have any of those around the warehouse? Cody, you got any of these like old classics around the warehouse?
No, we don't. We have a museum over in Germany. It's phenomenal. And we're about to release an actual hour-long Walther history on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do a big release in the next couple of weeks around that.
Cool. So a documentary, right?
Yeah, we'll document.
Oh, cool. Yeah, when you do that, let me know.
Yeah, definitely. We had makers go over and talking with a product manager over there, showing off just some of the stuff throughout time. We couldn't do it all because there's so much, but
yeah. Okay, cool. So for the folks out there that want to find out more about the Shoot It, Love It, Buy It, and just Walther in general, or you, where do they need to go to get in touch with you guys, follow you, etc.?
Yeah, WaltherArms.com, and you're going to find links to our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. We do great content, so definitely check that stuff out. Then if you want, go ahead and sign up for our newsletter also. If you're interested in the money back guarantee, you'll see Shoot It, Love It, Buy It on our website. You click it, it'll take you to the URL for it. And definitely check it out. I tell people, take advantage of it, because if people don't go out and support it, programs like this, you're not going to see other companies do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you're going to see a lot of companies be a little hesitant about being innovative, because they don't know, they don't want to put forth the effort if it's not going to work. So if you think that's a good idea,
I think you guys might pressure some other companies into doing it. They'll just call it something else because you probably trademark that.
Yeah. They normally follow us and like to see what we do. So I expect it to influence the rest of the industry.
Yeah, it'll be something like bang it.
Yeah.
Bang it, dig it.
Yeah.
Get it. I don't know. Something like
I will definitely call them out for that.
Bang it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So, I'm sure the folks in here can come up with some real interesting stuff. Okay, yeah. So follow Walther. You guys are on Instagram, Facebook. Are you all? Yeah, you guys are on Twitter.
Yep, Twitter also.
Yeah, so follow them. And Walter, what about you? How can the folks?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter a little bit. Yeah, just stay tuned. Still waiting on ATF. Hadn't heard anything yet.
Yes.
Just a couple more days. You never know.
Yeah, but KES stock's getting out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's what we are right. As a matter of fact, this little shiny piece just came off the milling machine today, which is the back end for the full size HKMP5 stock. So
very nice. Very nice.
These are coming off starting tomorrow. I'll start blasting them and get them over to anodizing, and we'll start shipping these things for people that want them. So
yeah, absolutely, man. That's going to make your gun look awesome.
Well, and I'm not doing them shiny, Tyven, by the way. No shiny for you.
Yeah, shiny in 10 inches.
I want to see a polish in MP5.
Also, like Shooting Gallery says, he was in Orlando last week. I wish he hit me up. If you go to my social media, you'll probably see a way to hit me up. I've got a number on my phone people can reach out to me through. So go ahead and do that. You know, search for Hank Strange. If you guys are not subscribed to this channel, do it now. Okay, let's get subscribed. Ring the bell so you get notified. Thanks to everyone that's here in the chat asking all the good questions. All the people listening to this. We're on iTunes, Podbean, all the good places that you can get your audio fill when you're doing that. Thanks so much to Cody from Walther for coming on and putting up with us for 2 hours. Good job, I would say, right, Walter? You did a good job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, not bad.
Oh,
so,
put everybody to sleep yet? So
no. I see lots of good things in the chat. People are very happy. Lots of questions got answered and stuff like that. You know what, Walter? We're gonna have to get our hands on some of the stuff here and do more videos of the more modern things and stuff like that. So
yeah,
sure,
we'll work out something with Cody here. Yeah. And get that popping.
Yeah. I gotta get that Navy gun and shoot it underwater.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, challenge.
I want to see that.
Challenge has been given. Challenge has been given. All right, thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. I have no idea who's coming up, but we'll see you guys.
It won't
tomorrow.
Be me though. But anyways.
Yeah. Walter will
take a couple days off.
Yeah, he's got. We got to rest him. He's old. We're both old. Breaking down. All right, we'll see you guys. Peace.